Alright, guys. The Celtics are getting destroyed right now by Cleveland, so I figure I might as well play a video game instead. I'm probably gonna get destroyed too, though.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, let's see. Start you. Yeah. I'll put Mickey in, I don't care. Did I do Crash the Glass? I can't remember. I think I did some Crash, others Run. Go with that. We'll change it up if we lose. We'll quit out and then change it up and replay this game. Maybe. I don't know. It's not that important of a game. Out of conference.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for
LA
NBA
is
action.
probably not as good as
With
they
Greg
are.
Anthony and Clark
Well,
Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
They're probably better than
Doris Parks on the sideline as well.
reality. What is
Looking
he
at
doing in there? I messed this up somehow. What the heck? What's he doing in there?
The Lakers, they want to
Kelly,
turn it around after the loss
doing?
to Charlotte at the Time Warner Cable Arena.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
And he got a block.
A lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've got Jordan Clarkson. Taj Gibson is out there with Dang, and there's Sled, and it's Russell in at the point guard position.
Really?
And Gent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I'm gonna turn down the announcers. I gotta make that a permanent thing. Gameplay settings. All this stuff needs to go down. Alright, let's see how that does. Commentary, I think, should even be lower. At least if I'm talking.
And clearly, he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Yeah, Horford's checked in for Boston. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against New York.
I think everyone who saw that game would just have to agree was about what they could do defensively in terms of winning.
And I thought the activity was tremendous all over the court defensively, and that kind of hustle is going to pay off for you, and it also is going to keep your coach happy.
Now, here is Russell. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
Bradley dishes to Horford.
My battery's low.
Pass to Thomas.
I should have been charging when I was watching the game.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I'm gonna have to read a book or
And
something.
guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so
Or
much
just
in
plug it into
results,
his computer.
but just in how they played on the floor. They actually
Charge
fared
up for a
better
little bit.
without Kobe than most thought they would.
And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person, Clark, stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
So it's the Celtics now. It's a 3-point game. Bradley kicks to Thomas. And it's blocked by Dang.
A little too late.
Passes to Ingram. It's stolen by Brown. Rebound the Lakers.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Clarkson. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte.
No way.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Brown down low. He's guarded by Russell. Kicks it out to Bradley. Brown the pass to Bradley. Busted. No good that time either.
Boy, after the first 3 misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
Russell dishes to Dang. Clarkson kicks to Russell. His second shot goes off to a good start. 2 for 2.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And that Jalen Brown got his first 2 points of the night.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Down low, here's Mickey. Takes it into the teeth of the
Wow, that was tough, Mickey.
up.
I switched
Mickey's
up
got his first
shot.
points of the game. Lakers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And former coach of the year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Clearly a foul.
I feel like I have to control Mickey or he does terrible.
Lakers shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And in terms
Why
of
do they
team
want to
numbers,
play Kelly?
the free
What
throw
the hell?
percentage is right at 74.
And guys, you know what?
That's Kelly Olynyk so bad. What's the deal? What is the deal? I'll play Mickey and Johnson. Smart. And Bradley. And I guess Green for now.
Made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Olynyk, he's checked in for Horford. Johnson comes in, and it's Crowder in for Brown. Now, here is World Peace. Back to Stuckey. 5 to shoot. The dish to Brewer.
Nope.
And the shot is long.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Thomas up top. He's guarded by Stuckey. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Bradley. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
I must be doing something
it's hard
wrong.
to watch when the guy gets good shots.
It's
and
not
misses.
just the shot
He's missed
thing,
everything
but
this
there's
quarter.
gotta be something
And the
else.
wide open shot from Stuckey. And again, the Lakers no good. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Bradley. Inside. Here's Olynyk. And so he draws the foul on the shot.
So now Kelly will still be in there.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
Here's Bradley following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. Bradley passes to Olynyk. It's stolen by Nance.
Kelly, terrible. Should not be on the court. But I don't want to waste the
19 seconds left
timeout.
here in the first quarter.
I needed my timeouts at the end of the game last game.
Stuckey outside, and it's blocked. But they recover it. Another shot. Stuckey with another miss.
Maybe Kelly's not as bad as I think.
And still
I couldn't
a
get the
close
shot off. That was bad offense.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Lakers?
and it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Larry Nance, Rodney Stuckey out there with Russell. Then it's Taj Gibson, and it's Young in at the small forward position. It's deflected. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Bradley with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. And it's Brown missing.
That would have been a nice
And
shot.
honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Just wasn't sure who he was covering.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Boston trailing. Outside Thomas. Over in the corner, Brown. And a miss there on the triple. And Los Angeles guys shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Thomas against Stuckey. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's a great shot.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a
IT's
tough
got to take
individual
over in the
matchup for him,
Celtics game.
especially
I'm not watching
down
it
low.
right now.
Well, took on the big guys going in there.
want
and
to do
challenging
anything.
them like he did.
Show
Boy,
up.
That was a nice
He's
job.
got to take over.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And guys, this is the first they're
Crowder.
seeing of Boston.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry, guys. I mean, even though they're in opposite conferences, you look back and these teams have a lot of history.
Horford,
They really do. I mean, whenever they play each other, it means a little bit extra. These
We'll
are
put
two
Smart in. It's next time out.
franchises, as you said, that
Kelly's not as bad as I
certainly
thought he
have had
was.
their fair share of tangles in
At
the
least
past.
not this game.
Looking at who's out there now
It
for the
depends
Lakers.
on the matchup.
Luol Deng is checked in for Nance. Kyle Singler comes in for Young. And it's Clarkson in for Rodney Stuckey. Now here's Gibson off the screen. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Ridiculous, man.
And the Lakers lead by 2.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender
I should have
didn't
thrown
do
a
his
shot
job
up.
as well as he could have.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Isaiah Thomas.
Marcus Smart.
Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Horford. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, now Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Deng. Rebounded by Smart.
Done that a few times
Horford
now.
at 6'10", an
It's not
actual
working,
power
Deng.
forward who's been pressed into duty at the center spot, but he holds his own on the low block.
He also does a really good job, Kevin, moving his feet and covering in space, covering the pick and roll. He's outstanding in that regard, which is
Got the
important in
lead.
today's game. He's got mobility and a high IQ.
Here's Russell following the basket by Al Horford. Russell kicks to Clarkson. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Horford. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And the
I
shot's
didn't mean
good
to
from
do
Crowder.
that, but it worked.
Just used his strength
Meant to
there to
bait.
get the post position
Try to get the
without
foul.
much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some
was my
muscle
fault.
into him.
I was trying
There
to
it is
switch
again.
player.
On a lot of their possessions this first half,
It'd be easier
they've
if I had a
established
better
great
league
position
vision.
inside.
Like, I don't really
Just
care
getting
about
the
being
ball
down
into the
there.
post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Now here's Smart. His last outing, he had 8 points. Green, good, and Smart gets the
Wow,
assist.
that was nice.
Smart's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Up,
That was
Gerald.
the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more
Wasn't
physical,
sure which
be more
guy was
aggressive.
covering.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Here's Green, following the score by Taj Gibson. And lots of
Nice.
contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his
come on,
career,
Gerald.
but since coming back from Russia,
Our free throws
he has
have not been
completely
good.
reinvented himself as a player.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Boston. Rozier comes in for Smart. And then for Los Angeles, Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Gibson. Slim comes in for Kyle Singler. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Russell. Now here's Dang. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Alright, time to make some subs. Smart should stay in there. Where is he? There you are. Mickey should come in. Keep Horford at center. Yeah, that's fine.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. That one on Horford. And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Olynyk. Brown comes in for Crowder. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rozier.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Yeah, maybe Kelly did something in those games I didn't play. Maybe he's doing something good.
Here's Clarkson.
They want to play him because of it.
Baseline jumper. Buries the jump shot. Clarkson's got his first basket of the night.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And Thomas, here we go. To the paint. Plays it up and banks it in.
Play.
Thomas got 4 this quarter.
Good
In the
job,
first, he
Mickey
had trouble
and,
hitting with any
Thomas.
consistency.
I think it was Mickey,
But
right?
here in the second, he's turned it around.
Left side Dang. And stolen by Horford. Outside Thomas. Pass to Mickey. He hits Brown with the drive. They set the pick. Layup off the pick.
That's not what I meant
No
to
good
do.
at the rim.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Count the bucket.
What were you
coming
doing
off a
trying to go
perfectly
for the
placed
steal,
assist.
Brown?
And the Lakers lead
Bad
by
idea.
1. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Now here's Thomas. And
Nice
foul
job.
called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Celtics have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. That free throw good from Thomas.
5 of
Johnson,
8,
he's
not
checked
very
in
good.
for Boston. The Lakers also making some changes. Nancy's checked in for Dang. Young comes in for Meta World Peace. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Clarkson. Stuckey outside. And Nance kicks to Brewer. And it's off from three-point range. Boston's made 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Green dishes to Horford. The drive by Green, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got the
He
lead
went
up to
into
3
an
now for the
animation
Celtics.
when I started doing that.
Here's Brewer. 8 points his last outing. The tray, and he gets the bucket. And here is Thomas. Shot misses. Tie game in.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we're tied.
Well, 2 quarters
Let's
down,
check
2
out
to go.
what,
Welcome
real
back.
Celtics
Ernie
are.
Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and
Nope,
keep working
they're getting
together,
blown
they got a
out
great chance to
by
take control of
Cleveland.
this game.
And over to Kenny. your takeaway on the Lakers.
79-54.
Well, they didn't let this hostile crowd bother them at all. In fact, they seem to feed off of that hostility. Plus, sometimes when you're away from home, those distractions, your family, your friends, your fans, you can concentrate better. Okay, wait, did I just say my family, friends, and fans are distractions? Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's go.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Good quarter from Gibson. He's got 8 points and 1 steal.
The Celtics shooting 43% from the field. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Mickey out there with Kelly Olynyk. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Now, here is Russell. Clarkson. And he drops it in from the low post. Clarkson's got the first field goal of the second half for Los
Do
Angeles.
something about my TV.
Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young
Why do they
up-and-coming
want to
team.
play Kelly? Just because he started
And
the
for
game?
the Lakers,
Like,
they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets.
I don't want to play
Feeds it to
Kelly.
Dang. Gibson a screen. Dang passes to Russell. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Russell's got 6.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And Thomas, here we go. The pass to Olynyk.
I did not want to pass to Kelly.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Kelly,
And here's a
why is he in there? Get out of here. Put Crowder in too. Maybe just because I started with this lineup, they put this lineup in here.
look at the stats for Champ. His last 10 games, 4th in three-point field goal percentage, 5th in blocks, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard
They
down.
took
Remember,
time out,
he's
huh?
10th
They
in
didn't
the
like
league
something.
in steals per game.
And yeah, he's one of the lasers in the game. Just a hard man to put on ice.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Al Horford, he's checked in for Olynyk. And Jake Crowder's subbed in for Avery Bradley. Timeout called the Lakers. All right, let's go over to the sideline
them
with
for a
Doris
little
Burke.
bit.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He said their plan was run their offense through Gibson. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this
Nobody
one.
covered
Back
him.
to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you,
Switch
Doris.
wasn't
And
supposed to
Boston
happen.
has possession following the 3 by the Lakers. And it's Bradley off the drive. Knocked away. It's stolen by
man.
Dang.
I was trying to go away from people.
Here is Slim, defended by Crowder.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the...
Alright, get the hell out of here. Get out. Get out. Get out. Alright.
Swagger card right now.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's with them.
And guys, that swagger can
Well, they're doing
backfire
so
because
good,
you don't
too.
want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a
Look at
play.
that.
Here's
That's our
what
first
Boston's
team
going with
foul.
right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Mickey. Brown comes in for Crowder. And Thomas subbed in for Smart. Here's Russell. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Right side, Dang. From 11 feet away. Some solid defense from Brown.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
I'll tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
6 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. No good on the 3. Celtics trail by 5. And it's Bradley off the drive. Here's Brown. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. I mean, they had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Slim. And Kyle Singler subbed in for Clarkson.
Get out of here, Jalen. You done. Go with Gerald.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish. And guys, for the Lakers, you'd have to go back almost 40 years to find a time when the Lakers missed the postseason in back-to-back years. Fortunately for them, they won 2 titles in the next 6 years after that. And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside. And it's doubtful
Sure, he was all over. They don't call that
titles in the coming years unless something drastic happens. Still, this is a franchise committed to success, and they'll do whatever it takes to get back into the postseason.
Boston making a switch here. Green's checked in, and then for the Lakers, Larry Nance is checked in for Gibson. Brewer comes in for Luol Deng. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Kyle Singler.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. The drive by Russell. And it's sent back by Horford. Thomas kicks to Green. Down low. Here's Bradley. Offensive rebound. Green against Stuckey. The second chance effort. Green, no luck.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way for that one.
Green with the block.
Nice.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Russell with a wide open look. Drops in the tray. Russell's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
1:29 left in the third quarter. Brewer's shot is off. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
We're going to need some subs soon.
Thomas down low. He's guarded by Russell. Thomas dishes to Horford. And he goes in for the dunk.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Here's Stuckey following the bucket by the Celtics. On the wing, Brewer. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 5.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Here's Russell. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida, remember won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
Nick Young's checked in for Meta World Peace. Here's Smart. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Slimmy's checked in for the Lakers. To the inside, Young. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. And the Lakers lead by 8.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Brown. The feed now to Smart. 1 second left. And down he goes!
Here we go, Boston. Now coming onto the court are your Celtics dancers.
All right, the fourth quarter of action.
Yeah, I don't know
underway.
if we lose.
Great one so far with both sides coming to play.
I don't know if we should have IT in there. Smart. Green. Mickey and Horford.
So it's the Lakers now. They host the 76ers after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. They've got Clarkson, Dang out there with Slim. Then there's Rodney Stuckey, and it's Gibson in at the 5. That's good. Slim's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Los Angeles.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress. You look at Isaiah Thomas, and he's been getting it done. 10 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Al Horford is checked in for the Celtics. Green comes in for Brown. Ingram passes to Clarkson. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Green in the post. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, they're making it look easy here. I mean, they're just automatic from the line.
The Lakers making a switch here. Russell's checked in. He hits the second from the
That
line.
was still slightly late, and I
Al
kind of let
Horford
go
is
of it
just
early.
a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
And that one's good.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here is Horford. He kicks to Green. Taken away.
Green has been the
And
best
pushing
player.
it up. Here's Los Angeles. Russell, no luck.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Dang against Green. It's stolen by Dang.
Alright, I gotta get some better players in here. Jay Crowder. Mickey out for Johnson.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Russell against Bradley. Right side Russell. Outside Dang. 4 on the clock. Offensive rebound. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Some changes for Boston. Amir Johnson's checked in for Mickey. And Jay Crowder's subbed in for Gerald Green. Celtics trail by 7.
He needs to come off court.
And Thomas, here we go. And it's blocked by Dang. And that'll be...
You need to come off, Thomas. Oh, how do you find out how tired he is? Oh, energy. What's he down to? 59. Oof. So yeah, we need Marcus Smart. Jaylen Brown. Horford needs to come out for Mickey.
The Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Some changes for Boston. Mickey's checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Avery Bradley. And Smart subbed
We'll go
in
with
for
this
Thomas.
for a few minutes, even though they just took a
Los
time.
Angeles calls timeout. Well, there may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand playing for the Bucks. I mean, he is a terrific talent.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's an old school guard, Kevin. He can play with the ball and be effective, or he can play off the ball. He's got a really bright future. Loved watching him play and grow as a one-year college guy at Ohio State.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you've put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Pass to Clarkson. Outside Dang. Lakers passing it around. Russell kicks to Gibson. It's Dang, top of the key. Russell. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And guys, one thing that stands out to me about Russell is how good he is at certain NBA plays. Very strong in the pick and roll already. Knows how to attack with contact. Great vision, and he can also shoot the basketball.
Shot to end this cold run. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Smart.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Russell against Brown. Gibson dishes to Russell. Here's Ingram. Offline with his three.
And you can say this just about every prospect, but I think with Russell, he'll need some time to adjust. He has the raw skill to play multiple spots on the floor, but each position has a nuance to it that he'll need some time to learn.
Count that one.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
Rebound Boston. Johnson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Smart passes to Crowder. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Russell. Dishes it to Dang. And it falls over the rim and in. And the Lakers lead by 7.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
It's Brown with the drive. Sinks
Jaylen He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the paratroopers club on that pump fake.
1:12 left in the fourth. Outside Russell. And it's Dang in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And it's 9 points for Luol Deng.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Here's Brown. Lays it up in spite of the excellent defensive end.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Now, here is Russell. Defense is right there. Here's Gibson, and that one is hammered home.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Olenek is checked in for Johnson. Bradley comes in for Crowder, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Marcus Smart.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
That's his first personal.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Boston timeout.
They're down by 6. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
In this situation, I think they'll go for the quick steal, Kevin. And if that fails, they'll foul and send them to the line. They'll really be looking to pressure the inbound pass.
And here are the Lakers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9, and that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Bradley drives in. The shot will not go. And an intentional foul right there.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
A slight hiccup at the line, but he did what he needed to finish this game off.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Too bad. We'll keep that one. That wasn't that bad.
Many thanks, Kevin.
No, we
and now a
blew
chance to check
the
out
game
some of
to
the
terrible Lakers.
Things haven't been pretty for them lately, but his performance and this win is definitely a step in the right direction.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille.
One more game. One more game. I don't know who I'm gonna play. IT only had 11 points. We gotta feed the ball to him more. He got tired though early on. Sorry guys. Let's see what else is going on. So we're playing the Nets twice in a row. I don't know if I should play one of those. What team is this? Oh, Memphis. How are the Nets? Bad. The Bulls are okay. The Pistons are actually good, huh? The Suns. Washington is really good. Mavericks are terrible, huh? With the updated rosters. Raptors are good, of course. Well, we play the Wizards twice, so probably play them just the second time. And the rest of these teams I really don't care about. I'm gonna save just in case somebody blows an ankle or I lose like 17 in a row. Alright. And let's try to sim up to the Suns game. I know they're okay. Because I don't really care about the Pistons, but I'm hoping I win the majority of these games. There's one. Al Jefferson and Jeff Teague for Jay Crowder and Amir Johnson. That's probably a pretty fair trade, but I won't take it. Decline. Oh my god, we just keep winning. Now we're gonna lose like 4 in a row though, watch. Oh. Oh. Kelly Olynyk tore his meniscus. Yay. Nice. I gotta change some of the rosters though. The rotations. Mickey needs to play more. Zeller needs to play less. Brown needs to play way more. Smart, that's about right. Mickey, you need to play more. So who needs to lose minutes? You do. And I think I'll start pretty much this lineup every game. Unless we need a big guy. Although, yeah, I probably shouldn't mess with it just because, too much, because the lineup that they have is what's working, so I don't know. Green needs a few more minutes. Okay. That's pretty fair, I think. Drobko gets 0. Okay. Not gonna mess with anything. Good job, Callie. My VIP, 363 made from the field. 449 boards grabbed. 189 free throws attempted. Yeah. I just wanted to practice. It takes this long to load this up. This is ridiculous. Why do you miss? Let's take another one. A little late. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot quicker. At least when we're open. Alright, one more game. For real. And I'll probably lose and quit out, rage quit, and then go play Rocket League. Was my clicker dying too?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
My clicker's probably gonna die in the middle of this. Yeah, that's fine. Turn down all the sounds again. I just wanted to see if this thing's charging. Yeah, it shows as charging.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England.
Alright, all of you go down. Way down to 30.
The Celts are about to go into this intercom.
Yeah, that's still loud.
Conference contest right here. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at Phoenix, challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
Yeah, and they're in the middle of a tough stretch of games they've got coming up. I mean, they're excited about it, and it's going to serve as a real benchmark for them, finding out exactly where they stand in the league.
Yeah, and some top-tier opponents coming in, a chance to test themselves against the best our league has to offer. So those are the challenges that they face, but they have to approach those.
Hold on, guys.
As opportunity.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. They've got Warren, Chandler out there with Pugh. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Booker in at the 2 spot. And Bradley gets it to go.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now.
That was a really good defense, Horford.
And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I
At the
knew
end of
he
last
would
season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability too.
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against Indiana.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And it's the Suns with the ball after the basket by Boston. Shot clock at 6. Shot from the wing. And that one goes long.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Thomas against Knight. There's the triple. Shot by Crowder, no good. For Phoenix, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Warren. Can't hit. Bradley with some nice D.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
He's looking for Horford and finds him. Pass to Thomas and stolen by Knight.
Horford.
Here we go, 1-on-1. Now here's Booker, guarded by Bradley. And here is Warren. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Chandler with a screen for Warren. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League. In the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
And talking about TJ, guys, he put up a few interesting numbers towards the end of last season. Shot 64% from the field in March. Had 18 points in one game, 17 in another.
Nice.
Last game of the year, he chips in with 6 assists.
2 threes so
now
far.
it's up to him to put it all together on a more consistent basis.
Knight into the lane. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And, you know, getting back to TJ, yes, he needs to improve the shooting range. But what I'd like to see are major improvements on defense. I mean, he shows active hands when he's near the ball, but he can also be a bit lazy as a defender and gambles and reaches too much.
Zeller.
That won't get it done at this level.
Celtics making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. And for the Suns, D, he's checked in for Q. T comes in for T.J. Warren. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Booker. Now here's Bradley. Here's Crowder. And it's blocked.
Crowder was, like, feeling it.
It's stolen by Bradley. Inside. Here's Zeller. In 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Tyson Chandler.
It's good, but he's
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player, even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
2 big guys on
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Bradley kicks to Johnson. Bradley passes to Johnson. In the corner, Crowder with it. Boston, no good that time either. The Suns trailing.
He has like some kind of red ring.
Some information for us, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. I spoke with the head coach for Phoenix. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Doris. What will you guys be looking for overall, defensively from this team, given they're facing such terrific shooters tonight?
It's going to have to be a total team effort, guys. I mean, you have to be ready to provide help defensively literally every moment you're on the floor.
Exactly. When it's a team that shoots it as well as they do, guys, I mean, one-on-one defense isn't enough. Everybody has to be tied together, rotating, helping, and very much aware of where the ball is.
Bending. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Pacers in Indiana. Outside Bradley. The dive for the ball. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
Get Mickey the heck out of here. Put in Johnson. And Jerebko? I don't know. It's smart.
For picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Brown is checked in for Boston. Thomas against Bledsoe. Thomas dishes to Bradley. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Amir Johnson's checked in for Mickey. Jerebko comes in for Crowder. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Thomas.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Here's Smart after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. Johnson inside. He's guarded by Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Smart. Defense right on him. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him. Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Trying to do the little
The
roll
momentum
back.
swing really
You
impossible
knew
to
it.
keep track
You
of.
have
The
the
energy
wrong
in the
guy.
building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Price, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. Feeds the Price. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. T. He's covered by Brown. There's the pick. Bledsoe right side. And the defense really pressing up on. Made that a tough shot.
Won't count.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes
Not a
to a
good
close.
quarter for us.
Phoenix ahead, leading
I think
by
the
a
one
point.
against Cleveland
And we'll be
wasn't
back
very
in
good
just
either.
a moment with this. Don't you need a player like this, Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork? You know, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on
Although that's his
experience and
third.
credentials, as you
They can
mentioned,
put a
like
sub in
having that
for him
championship
also.
ring or being
Oh, no, he's got
an
it there.
all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room because Chandler has got that covered.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Johnny Price out there with Booker. Then there's Warren. Then it's D, and it's Q in at the center.
Thank you, Crowder.
And here comes Horford leading the fast break. Offside Thomas. Back to Horford. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And
Put
guys,
the little
this
guy
game
on
won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively, letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding.
That
And
was a
they're
bad idea.
piling
Should
up
have just done
the
a
assists.
layup.
Here's Warren. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And it's a 5-point Suns lead.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. That
for
is some
him.
tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Q. On baseline J. It's a big high bounce and goes in. Q's got his first bucket of the night.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good
New
looks.
group in there.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. And some changes here for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Johnson. Brown comes in for Avery Bradley. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Thomas. And a change for the Suns. Leandro Barbosa
That
is
could have
checked
been
in for
a
D.
try.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's Smart. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Horford kicks to Smart. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Assist. Nice little pick and pop.
Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Now here is Barbosa. Out left to the wing. Here's Booker. And the three off target.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Nice shot by Smart.
Horford was really a dog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major call. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Barbosa kicks to Booker. With the teardrop. And Boston with the rebound.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them. And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
That would have been a big shot.
Knight passes to Barbosa, and it's blocked by Brown. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. Boston making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. And then for Phoenix, Tyson Chandler is checked in for Warren. T comes in for Booker. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Brandon Knight. T the pass to Chandler. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Bledsoe dishes to Chandler. And he dunks it down.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle, spreading it around.
Celtics trail by 5.
It's too little, IT.
Thomas kicks to Horford. A minute 42 left in the first half. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Here's T. Rebound, Boston. Mickey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Thomas, stolen by Bledsoe.
They figured me out. Just picked me.
Barbosa kicks to Bledsoe, and he gets it to go. Bledsoe's got his second basket of the night. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Suns?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Here's Crowder. Can't get it to go. The Suns go the other way with it. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
That's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Time to just slow it down, make the simple play, and get a good shot.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Boston. Bradley comes in for Brown. And then for Phoenix, D, he's checked in for Q. And Ronnie Price is subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. The Celtics shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Up top, Bledsoe, guarded by Green. Bledsoe passes to D. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 3 assists in the game. Thomas dishes to Horford. Off on the lane.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Here's T. Here's Chandler, and he drains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball is out of his hand in time. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, they want to get the call right. And the league is taking steps to speed the process with the Replay Review Center in Secaucus queuing up the footage for the officials.
Well, the ruling is in, and the call stands. No baskets, so no chance. So we've reached the end of the first.
Whoa,
It's
he
the
was
2K
really loud
Sports
for a second.
Halftime Show.
It's not looking good for
Hello
me
again,
this
everybody.
game.
Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They were able to squeeze, and that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of this.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls,
They liked
forcing
Bradley's
turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor.
Oh my
Kevin
god.
Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a
They
compliment.
make you feel good about it.
I appreciate that.
That's good, Clark. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's
They've
reset
been
the lights.
really
Courtesy
good.
of Gatorade for the second half of basketball.
Really good at
On the
that.
court for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jay Crowder out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Horford in at center, locking down the middle. Knight into the lane, and it's sent back by Horford.
That's how we're
And a
gonna
fast
come
break
back.
now for the Celtics. Oh, and he finishes
How we're
it
gonna
off
come
with a
back.
one-handed jam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Horford.
Nice.
And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns lead is cut
Wow.
down to just 4 points with the bucket from Thomas.
Up and in
I
on
just
every
changed
one
my
of their first
seat
3
and I'm
shots to start the
dummy
second
now.
half.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
And the Suns call time. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Yeah, this is really tight. I mean, it's splitting hairs when you talk about these teams. You get the feeling if they played 10 games, each side would win 5.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Mickey's checked in for
I'm
Horford.
okay with that.
And it's Green in for Crowder.
Better deny.
And guys, Brandon Knight really fits
Although,
the mold of this
I feel like
NBA
it should have been a block.
He has the length and quickness to guard ones and twos, and his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
Ray was talking about Brandon Knight. He really improved his shooting percentages before the midseason trade last year. And that was one of the bigger weaknesses, Clark, earlier in his career.
Yeah, not only was the shot going down more.
Oh, I got bailed out.
was
That
better
could have been a
mechanically, but now
3-second
to take the next step,
violation
he has to
or
cut down
travel.
the turnovers.
The Celtics have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. The first free throw is good. Both free throws
Against me,
good
no.
from Isaiah Thomas.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Booker. That's
I
good.
didn't realize how
Assist
far
on
away I
top
was
for
from
Knight.
Booker.
Booker's got
Dang
6
it.
points.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
I'm gonna need a 3-point play to get back in.
Thomas kicks to Bradley. Back to Thomas. Dishes to Johnson.
No! Just pass it back to
And now the
Thomas.
Suns a fast break. Knight leading the charge. Good on the shot.
There goes the
And
game.
now an 8-point Phoenix lead.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Mickey needs to come out.
Kicks to Booker. Here's Warren. Outside Knight. Chandler with the screen on Bradley. Knight against Bradley. Outside Knight. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pass to Q. Fires the
Wow,
three.
wide open.
Another three.
Why was he wide open?
Boy, they've gone on this run, and
Dang.
ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Thomas against Knight. Right side Thomas. They need this.
Thank
and
you.
lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot.
Okay. Johnson. Mickey, you gotta come out. Put Horford back in. And I guess we'll put Drepko in? I don't know. I don't know about this. Jalen Brown.
Two. In a moment now to see nice three-point percentage numbers on this list. A look at the leaderboard showing us the most accurate three-point shooting 2 men in the league. Well, you look at Booker, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
These guys are gunners. I mean,
And now I'm all messed up and frazzled because I missed that one. Definitely should have gotten
They
it.
are cash money.
Well, when they're shooting the
Definitely should've
percentages
done it.
they shoot, I mean, you never want to see these guys passing up an open look from beyond the arc. I mean, they're firmly in the let-it-fly zone. All systems go with them.
Celtics trail by 10. Now Crowder. He's got 5. Banked in off the glass.
Thank you,
Crowder's got
Crowder.
7 points.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And Bledsoe, here we go. Count the bucket.
Wide
And the
open.
Suns lead by 10.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Stolen by Bledsoe.
He's too tired to do those. kind of
One-on-one fast break. Here's Price. And it's blocked by Brown. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Ball's knocked loose.
He's not tired. He just stinks at ball handling.
1:15 left in the third quarter. Passes it to D. Bledsoe against Brown. Over to the left wing. 5 on the clock. Price with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. And the call will be against Al Horford.
That was a
And that
tough
fourth
call.
foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Tiny, he's checked in for the Suns. There's 57 seconds left in the
What?
third
Oh, they
quarter
get a
of the
new
game.
quad?
Fires from the line. Johnson with the block. Jumps up.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Thomas against Bledsoe. Thomas inside. 5 points in the game. There's the dish to Horford. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his first foul.
We need subs. Where are the subs? That's not the sub that I came up with. Alright. Brown. Green. Mickey. And no Johnson. I guess we gotta put Horford in there.
You can see the leadership qualities on display right there, guys.
You know, he's their coach on the floor. There's no doubt about that. A great communicator, a great teammate, and as you mentioned, Kevin, a tremendous leader.
Bledsoe passes to deep, and it's blocked by Brown. Got it up. No good trying to beat the Bucks.
Good.
And we've watched 3
He
so
really
far in this
stinks
one.
at shooting, huh?
The Suns on top. They're up by 8.
Anything
And we've
bigger
got
than
more
that,
NBA
no.
action on 2K Sports coming your way
Keep my
after
subs
this
in,
break.
please. No. Jalen. Green. Mickey.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Celtics trail by 8. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the 4th. Warren is out there with Chandler. Then it's Tiny. Then there's Brandon Knight. And it's Booker in at the 3 spot. And stolen by Booker. Here's Tiny. Sinks the triple.
What?
Tiny's got the lead up to 11 now for the Suns.
Somebody go out on it.
And what's your take, guys?
I
The hustle
wasn't.
stats for the Suns.
Somebody else did.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Again, Phoenix.
And he could be the guy to
Alright,
put
it's
this
looking
game
like a
out of
loss,
reach.
guys.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting 43% for the game. And finished off by Horford.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Tiny, the pass to Chandler. Chandler with a screen for Knight. 6 on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. And it's good. And the Suns lead by 14.
That was my chance
Those are
right
starting
there.
to add up. Of their last 5 back.
Alright, we have to sim to the end of the game. Yeah. The final, he had 15 points. Yep. We lost by 1. Wow. Maybe I should have played this. We only lost by a point. We could have won the game. But it probably wouldn't have. If I did the regular sim, it probably wouldn't have been that close. Lost by 1. Now, I'm gonna sim the first Washington game. Yeah, I guess I'll simulate through this date and then I'll figure out if I want to keep this. Yeah, that's fine. It's just a sprain. Ugh. I'll still keep it. Whoa. MVP, Russell Westbrook, Curry, Green, Durant, and Klay Thompson. They're all on the same team. I'm gonna have to really get Isaiah going. Is Isaiah... He's not even in here anymore? Oh, there he is. Okay, in the East Coast, he's the leading vote getter. So MVP is a league thing, right? Player of the week, IT has won 2 of them. Player of the month, LeBron and Kyrie and Westbrook. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, rookie of the month. I'm gonna have to try to get Jalen to win rookie of the month 1 month. Okay. Alright, that's all for me for now.